Lightweights, and welcome back to another reaction to Batman the Animated Series. Today I am going to be reacting to Dreams in Darkness, which is episode 31 on HBO's list. No idea what this is about, but Bats is strapped down on a gurney, so probably nothing good. Definitely curious to see what this episode is going to be about. Wow, I can't talk today. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. If you haven't already, or if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button when you do so that you know when I post future videos, and here we go. Dreams in Darkness. Oh.
To think, after all he's accomplished, that he should end up here, like this.
Did you contact Commissioner Gordon and Dr. Wu?
He needs more time. See that he's not disturbed.
There was nothing I could do, except wait for the end. And remember the beginning.
It's interesting that they didn't take his cowl off when he was in there. Pump station.
He thought he was going to do something to the spa's drinking water. I decided to make him think again.
That's a lot of fear toxin. That's what that was, right?
As for the gas, I thought it had no effect on me. But I was wrong again.
Definitely fear toxin.
According to the chart, he was hallucinating wildly due to a massive fear reaction in the amygdala of his brain.
Batman?
I need to know what has affected this man.
You've been exposed to it also.
But I will begin to hallucinate as well.
I'm surprised you haven't already.
Robin!
I'm kind of surprised it's affecting him at all, considering he, worked through it before. I know it's different fears this time, so there's different things to work through, but...
It's a trap. The hallucinations were getting stronger.
Not yet. His mask is at the root of his delusional fixation.
Oh, I'm glad they addressed the fact that they left the mask on.
There's only one criminal twisted enough to come up with such a scheme. The Scarecrow.
Professor Crane? What nonsense.
How's he getting out? That's the second time now.
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Isn't that why I'm here? Because I'm disturbed.
Oh no, Bats.
He can't possibly have left the grounds.
Where's Arkham's water supply?
Oh, Arkham Cavern. There's an underground river that feeds the city reservoir.
It's time for the greatest controlled experiment in mass madness to finally begin.
Don't go too high, you'll get your butt. Okay, that was terrifying. I thought he was calling Bats. That's one way to do it. They definitely need to improve security at this place because too many people break out on a regular basis.
Thanks, Alfred. It's good to know I'm safe here.
Aww. I love that. That was great. All right, guys. So, less action-packed episode, but still very good in its own right. I think I liked it as much as I did because I saw that the game had a lot of influence from this episode. With the like parts that were sticking out to me that reminded me of parts of the game were when Bats is like being gurneyed, and then in the show, obviously, or in this episode, he's already like got the fear toxin in him, but it reminds me of when he gets injected with the fear toxin from Joker. And then you have like that whole fear toxin segment. So obviously that reminded me of it. The fact that Scarecrow is trying to infect the whole city, or not infect, but you know what I mean? Fearify. Yeah, we'll go with that. Fearify the whole city. You saw inspiration from that with Arkham Knight. So it was kind of cool seeing those. I don't know if they're directly pulled from this episode, but inspirations from this. Definitely interesting, though, because the fear toxin is clearly much more potent now than it was in the beginning, which, if Scarecrow wasn't incarcerated, would make a lot of sense, because obviously you're perfecting it. The first time you use it is not going to be as great as, like, the second or third trial. But I don't know really how he's been perfecting it when he's been locked up. But apparently being locked up in Arkham doesn't really mean anything, so who knows what he has access to. But definitely much more potent, because he was having multiple types of hallucinations versus the first time it was always rooted back to his wanting to make his dad proud. In this, every time he hallucinated, it was a different hallucination and a different fear he had to conquer, and seemed much more debilitating. I felt like the first time he was exposed to fear toxin, it would take him a minute, but then he could shake it off. Whereas in this episode, he didn't have that ability. It kind of just that wave of fear needed to run its course. Until the very end, he was able to work around it, but he really only like faced his fear and conquered the fear the one time with the snake. Every other time he just found ways to circumvent it, or had things that like the bat one time like pulled him out. So that was definitely very interesting, the differences with the fear toxin. And it was kind of cool because you saw the psychological toll that fighting all of these different villains has on him, with the one segment when the fear toxin was showing him everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of the different people that he fought. So I thought that was kind of cool as well, because it shows you that being Bats really does take a toll on him. So more of like a psychological thriller episode, if you will. Definitely enjoyed it. Don't think it was my favorite, but it was a solid episode for sure. Let me know your thoughts on the episode in the comments below. I know I'm super behind on responding to comments, but I'm going to try to be better now that I'm home again, and finally like unpacked and settled. I'm going to try to be better about responding to comments from this episode forward. So please make sure you are leaving your thoughts in the comments, because I do enjoy responding to all of those. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell button when you do, so that you know when I post the next one. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing day.